Hey, it's Patti Scharf, CPA and co-founder of Catching Clouds, the leader in e-commerce accounting. Welcome back to another Saturday Slowdown, where I like to remind everybody to work on their business and not just in their business. Okay, so a couple of weeks back, I did a video where I was talking about the different things that we learned while we were on our 5-month trip around New Zealand and Australia. And one of the things that we learned was that some of the stuff in our company was kind of broken. So one of the biggest issues we found came around standardization across the firm. So forever we've been looking for a project management solution, and we've been using Asana, which I talked about 8 months ago or so. I did a YouTube video on that. You can see that here. And as much as I love Asana, the problem with Asana is, the beauty of Asana is its flexibility, but the horrible part about Asana is its flexibility. So even though I could use it really effectively, I could create links in my Asana tasks that went to a Google Doc or something that would help keep me on track and all of that, it didn't really scale through the company because every single person in the company was using it in a different way, some more effectively than others, and it didn't help promote standardization. It actually promoted doing things all kind of differently. So that was a big challenge. So one of the things that we had looked to for creating standardization across our company was just having one source of the truth. And what we were using for that was Teachable. So Teachable is really an online training tool. It's a learning management system. And people would go through the training and then everybody would know how we do things here. But the problem is, for that, you watch it once and then trying to remember where to go find that information, it was kind of a problem. And the other problem was the tasks itself. So what was living in Asana was totally separate from the training, which was in Teachable. And yes, you could create links and stuff to specific modules or whatever, but again, our team just wasn't using it that way consistently. So one of the other things we did is we had a lot of our standard operating procedures in Google Docs. So the good thing about Google Docs is it's really quick and easy. You figure out a new process for the first time, you document it, it's accessible to everybody. You can do a link from Asana to that. You can attach that in Teachable, so on and so forth. But the problem we were running into with that is because it was so easy, we might figure out a way to do something and then, oh wait, we've got a better process. Great, I'll create a process. And then I'll create another process and another. So now we've got 50 processes. People are doing a search in Google Drive looking for the right Google Doc. Nobody knows which one is the right one. Worse than that, somebody's maybe using a version from 2 iterations ago or something like that. It was just a big problem. So we've been trying to look for a system that would kind of pull our whole company together. We've looked at different tools out there, and the problem is a lot of them were based on time. So a lot of accounting firms, what you'll find is people are billing in 6-minute increments or 15-minute increments. And so everybody's having to keep track of their time in association with the tasks and things like that. Well, our firm doesn't work that way. We feel like we need to focus our time on getting the best results for our clients. So I don't care how much time we're spending on something. I care more about the fact that we're doing something of value and we're focusing on the right tasks. So we want a system that keeps track of, oh, here are the 10 things that need to get done to get to the end of this project. Boom, 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 done, versus, okay, now I'm keeping track of 6 minutes for this and 10 minutes for that and 12 minutes for this. And we had a very difficult time finding something like that. But yay, we found something and I'm so excited about it and I'm so happy to share it with you today. So the tool that we found is called Process.st. Let's pop over to Process.st because I want to show you basically how easy it is and some of the functionality that I really love about it that I've grown to love over the last like 2 weeks that I've been using it. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is there's a difference between templates and checklists. All of your standard operating procedures are going to be created as templates. This is basically a beginning to end process for whatever it is you're doing. It might be payroll, it might be shipping products to your customers, it might be onboarding a new employee, whatever it is. You have your standard process beginning to end, how you do things in your company, okay? When you create that, you're going to use the template, okay? And in this template, I'm going to go ahead and edit this. On the left-hand side, you have the list of all of the tasks, all of the steps from A to Z of how you get from here to the end of your process, okay? Then, for each and every step, you're going to basically put in all the information anybody would need to know about that step. So it might include context, it might include additional training, it might include subtasks. So in this case, we've got some subtasks that we created, and basically we created it just by dragging and dropping this section over here and then filling in the tasks, okay? And then we've got this information here. I've got heading here that you can totally format and change to whatever size and shape and color you like. And then you can create some language there, you can bullet out some lists or whatever you want to do. Okay, so you may have additional points here and here and here, okay? And then you can create like maybe a hyperlink that's going to take you to outside training or whatever. You can add videos, you can add screenshots, so whatever images you want, whatever. So you can customize this however you want to fit your needs, okay? And then you just rinse and repeat for each of your different tasks. It takes no time at all. Look, you can add video like this, you click to upload the photo, or you just put the link in there. You can add text like this, like this. You can add a file or whatever you want to do, okay? Then you can save those changes, and this is one of the really cool things about it. So you have this template, and then when you're going to use your standard operating procedures, you create a checklist off of that. So every time you create a checklist, it's going to be those exact steps for the business, just listed out one by one, and you just mark them as done as you go through that, okay? But then let's say you've created this template, you've created a bunch of checklists, and then you're like, oh, I missed a step in the middle. You can go back to your template, edit it in the middle, and then when you save it, it's going to give you this question. Do you want to update your existing checklists? And if you say yes, it's going to automatically update your checklist to include the information that you've edited in your template. Or you can say, no, don't mess with the old stuff. This is just going to be going forward. And then you can go edit your existing checklist one by one. Okay, so I'm going to say sure because this is a test anyway, so who cares? Then when I go to overview, this is a list of the checklists that are based on this template, okay? And if I were to go into one of these, you can see the changes that I made, see that additional points and point, that all got added to that. So that's really, really cool. So here's one of the other things that I really like about Process.st. So you can, actually let's go to, you can do it from here. So let's run a new checklist off of that template. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. This will now be test number 3. We run the checklist and voila, it just exists. Okay, and then we can mark the things done that we've done. You can assign it to yourself or to somebody else. You can, in the template, set due dates so that you say, every time a checklist is created, I want step 1 to be due the next day, step 2 to be due 8 hours after that, step 3 to be due a week after that, so on and so forth, so that it will automatically assign things and date things based on how the template is set up, or you can do that on the fly. You can overwrite it on your checklists as you create them. Okay. Here is one of the other super amazing things about Process.st. It integrates with Zapier, and it integrates really, really well. So if you want something to happen outside of Process.st when you mark off task number 2, so you say, oh, task number 2, that's done. You can create a Zap in Zapier. If you don't know what Zapier is or what I'm talking about, go watch this video because that's going to tell you all about it. But you can mark a task as done, and when that's marked as done, you can have a Zap created that will automatically, I don't know, send an email to the customer that says, hey, your product has been shipped and this product is ready to be delivered to you at this address. When I say this address, I mean you can have it set up so that you've created forms that come in from, you've created form fields like name, address, phone number, email that's coming in from your CRM or something like that. So Process.st can talk to other tools that you use with Zapier as kind of the glue between them. So all of this is just music to my ears because it means that I can create one standard source of truth for me and my team. Everybody knows what needs to be done to get from point A to point C or Z or X or whatever for each of the different systems in our company. And then we can keep track of the status of them and see how things are coming so that we know when we're hitting deadlines, when we're missing deadlines. And we have the ability to create some automation in our systems where we don't need humans doing things. We can have our systems directly talking to other systems, and all of that is just great. I'm loving Process.st. This is not a paid advertisement. I just want to tell you about my experience, and yeah, I hope that you guys check it out. If you guys are using Process.st, maybe share down below some of your favorite tips and tricks with it, because like I said, I'm still kind of learning and poking around in here. If you're not using Process.st or you're using something else that you think is amazing, maybe leave some comments about those down below too. So I think that's it for today. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like, comment, and share. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll catch you later.